everybody. How you doing? I'm so glad you're here because you have arrived just in time for story time. Shall we see what story I'm going to tell you today? All right. Meow! It looks like we're going to tell you a story about Pinocchio's Christmas. Or should I say, Pinocchio's Meowy Christmas. Do you want to hear it? All right. Well, I gave you a Meowy Christmas. Hope you enjoy it. Look, Father, it's snowing, Pinocchio exclaimed. The little boy gazed out the window at the twinkling village, now covered in a blanket of snow. This was his first winter as a real boy. So far, he loved everything about it. I guess that means it's time we got ready for Christmas, Geppetto told Pinocchio. Figaro, the kitten, wool between them, purring, and he was so excited about Christmas. The next day, Geppetto and Pinocchio went out and bought a Christmas tree. Then they started to decorate. Geppetto placed his Christmas trinkets around the workshop. Pinocchio hung bows and strands of garland on the walls. Soon, the workshop was filled with holiday cheer. It's time for Christmas, Cleo, Pinocchio told the pretty goldfish, who leaped in excitement while Figaro pranced about the room, playing with the decorations. That evening, Geppetto and Pinocchio hung stockings on the mantel. Figaro jumped at their feet. He wanted to help too, but he couldn't reach. Great job, Pinocchio, Geppetto said. As he stepped back to admire their handiwork, he nearly tripped over the active kitten. Figaro, be careful, Geppetto cautioned. Figaro hung his head. He had just been trying to help. Finally, it was time to decorate the Christmas tree. Wow, Father, Pinocchio said. It sure looks pretty. All that's left is to put the star on the top, Geppetto replied. Pinocchio, you do the honors. Figaro frowned. He had wanted to put the star on top of the Christmas tree. With the workshop decorated, Geppetto set about making Christmas Eve supper. He wanted to share all his favorite treats with his new son, stuffing, potatoes, cranberry sauce, and soon the aromas of herbs and spices and Christmas cookies filled the air. Oh, it smells good in here, Pinocchio said carefully, mixing the potatoes. Yes, and now it's time for the Figaro! Geppetto scolded at the kitty who was about to take the bite of the Christmas goose. Figaro, it is not time to eat just yet. Christmas goose? Who's ever heard of a Christmas goose? I heard of a Christmas turkey, but not a Christmas goose. Oh well, let's see what happens next. Feeling hurt and left out, Figaro crept into the bedroom. He would spend Christmas where no one could find him, under Geppetto's bed. But as he trotted to his hiding place, he noticed something awful. Under the bed was a large pile of presents, and not one was for him. Just then, the kitten heard Geppetto call, Figaro, Cleo, we'll be back soon. Be good and don't eat the food while we're gone. First, Geppetto hadn't got him any presents, and now he and Pinocchio were off to have a Christmas adventure without him. A Christmas adventure without him? That was the last straw. If Figaro could enjoy Christmas, he didn't want anyone else to either. A Christmas adventure without Figaro? That doesn't seem very nice. I think Pinocchio and Geppetto are forgetting about Figaro. That's not what Christmas is about. What do you think? Shall we see what happens next? When the door closed, Figaro clawed the wrapping paper on the presents to pieces. He sped around the workshop, batting at the decorations. He even leaped at the Christmas tree, knocking all of Pinocchio's carefully hung ornaments to the ground. Cleo gurgled at him to stop, but Figaro wouldn't listen. Just as Figaro was about to sink his teeth into the Christmas goose, he heard the sound of someone small clearing his throat. It was Jiminy Cricket. Now listen here, Figaro, Jiminy said. The blue fairy is none too pleased by your behavior. And who knows what Santa thinks? How would Geppetto and Pinocchio feel when they come back and see what a mess you made? Is this what Christmas is all about? Figaro looked down, ashamed. He knew Jiminy was right. Luckily, it's not too late to make things right, Jiminy continued, and I'm going to help you. Figaro lit Jiminy's face gratefully, and the two got to work repairing all the damage that Kitty had done. They rewrapped the presents and spruced up the tree, and they also redecorated the room. Figaro even added his own holiday decorations. Soon the place sparkled and twinkled brightly, looking as holly and jolly as a Christmas card. Not too shabby, Jiminy observed with an approving nod while Cleo did a happy twirl. When Geppetto and Pinocchio returned from their outing, they were amazed. Whoa, Figaro, Pinocchio cried. This place looks wonderful. Geppetto agreed. In fact, I'd say you earned your Christmas present early. And with that, he showed Figaro what he and Pinocchio had gone out to get. Fresh cream! Figaro was overjoyed, and Pinocchio and Geppetto had forgotten him after all. Later that evening, as they all gathered around the table for their Christmas Eve supper, Figaro sighed happily. He had learned his lesson. And the lesson was, Christmas wasn't about gifts or being the one to hang out the decorations. It was about spending time with family, and there was nowhere else he'd rather be. And from that day forward, the lesson goes is, Christmas is not really about gifts or being the one to hang the decor or decorations. It's about spending time with family, and there is no place else that you would rather be. And that's the end of the story. Whoa! Who would have known that Pinocchio and Figaro had a really good Christmas? Or should I say, Figaro had a great Meowy Christmas. Thank you so much for turning for story time today. And please make sure you subscribe to my channel for more story time. And come again next time when we do some more story time adventures with me, Uncle Jason. Same story time and same story time channel. And when Christmas comes around next time, and then when we all return for story time for Christmas special in the future, always remember, Christmas is about spending time with your family. And there's no place you'd rather be. So, until later, see you next time for more story time. Bye!